well as gentlemen. Papa Boris here, playing a sick Paladin deck. I don't think there's any epics in this one. I seem to have quite the run. Either I get a bajillion legendaries or nothing beyond rares. However, the deck is really good. There's just like not a single bad card in here. We cruised to 2 victories. I feel like this deck is about as good as the Shaman deck I played yesterday that I did very well with. Highly recommend watching the Tooting My Horn Shaman video right before this one. And I feel like this deck is just about as good as that one, so I am just happy. Like, feral. Not feral as in F-E-R-A-L, like the wild animal, but I mean like the guy who made the happy song that got way overplayed. But it is a pretty good song, so can't really complain too much about it. Had a really good day today. Woke up, my girlfriend and I made crepes for breakfast, and that's a little bit of a generous statement because honestly she made them while I cleaned other dishes. That's kind of the balance of power that we have in our relationship. Is I do a lot of the dish cleaning, like all of it, because she hates cleaning dishes, and I'm really terrible at cooking. So like I'll help cook like by chopping stuff, but she'll actually do the cooking. So she made crepes, and she made also like a chocolate sauce for them and put some powdered sugar on them. So it was just like these crepes with like a bunch of chocolate sauce and powdered sugar. I feel like I ate 3 days worth of sugar in one breakfast. It was kind of like the breakfast that 3-year-olds would make for themselves if they were allowed to make their own food. It was pretty glorious. And then I dropped her off at work, came here. We are hunting still for apartments. It was really frustrating. On Monday, we went and saw this awesome apartment. It was like pretty much perfect. But like on that day, somebody else submitted an application for it, and they have a process. They have like this policy where they only like accept one application at a time. So they weren't able to take our application, and it was like so close. Well, anyway, we're gonna go ahead and play for Grizzly here. Hitter's faced with a recruit. The Grizzly being very good, stopping the 2-3 from killing the 1-1. Sure, he could Shadow Word Pain, but, you know, then he's not doing anything else for the turn. Honestly, the card I fear most is Shattered Sun Cleric. That would make this a 3-4. Does he have a Dark Iron Dwarf? Is that what he has? Is a Light Warden. Well, I don't have any Stampeding Kodos, unfortunately. Blessing of Kings, though. Opens me up to Shadow Word Death. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put Blessing of Kings. Is that even the play that I want to make? Yeah, that's definitely what I want to do. I want to play Blessing of Kings on my recruit here. So the idea here is this way. I'm not quite as like, you know, if I put it on the bear, he Shadow Words Death, and I got a 1-1 left, the 1-1 dies to 2-3. Let's do it this way so we can still Shadow Word Death this thing and use the 2-3 to kill my 3-2, but then at the very least, I killed off his 2-3. Instead of letting him keep minion around. Does he have a Holy Smite for my bear? Is not the story here. He's got Shadow Word Pain for the bear. Interesting he didn't do that last time. I guess maybe he just top decked it. I didn't quite see where it came from. He'll do that and a Holy Smite. Okay, well, let's see. The smoke is cleared. He has 4 cards. I'm drawing my 6th, and I'm the first player. So being 2 cards ahead is pretty good when you're the first player. So I could make a Sen'jin or a Fen Creeper. Now you might say, Boris, why are you even thinking about that? The Fen Creeper uses up all of your mana. Sen'jin does not. So obviously just do this, but Shadow Word Pain, I'd rather have the Sen'jin die than the Fen Creeper. So I will play it. I believe he top decked Shadow Word Death, or Pain. I believe he would have used it the previous turn on the bear if he'd had it. So I hope he doesn't have another one. Oh, it's another Ventrico Mercenary! Woo! Well, this is a little bit more unfortunate, because in the hands of a priest, he can actually heal it up. So let's see, if I play the Ogre, and then he hits this down to 3 health, heals back up to 5. I'm kind of in an awkward spot. So what I'd this plus Hammer of Wrath to kill it. Or I could just let it kill the Ogre, honestly, and just hit him in the face with the Ogre. Let's see, if I play the Sen'jin and this, I'm putting 4 power and 6 toughness. This is 6 power and 7 toughness. That's actually a pretty big difference if we are going to end up racing. I can't double hammer because I'll be a mana shy of that. 5 power is a little bit difficult to deal with, 5 health. Oh, well obviously I just do this. We're going to Hammer of Wrath this thing right now. And we're going to kill it. Because the alternative was pretty bad. Holding on to the Novice Engineer, I don't need cards, I have plenty of cards, but we'll save it for later. It's just a nice deck thinner at this point. So I didn't go down a card against the Ventrico Mercenary, but I felt like racing against it would have been too bad. Had he not been a priest, though, I would have been totally fine with just playing Boulder Fist Ogre and calling it a day. Alright, this thing probably needs to die more so than the Golem does. So let's play Hammer of Wrath. And Cobra's risky, but I will do the Cobra. There's a chance he buffs this and kills my Cobra, but he didn't have a buff before where it would have been really good for him, so I'm guessing he doesn't have one now. If he does buff it and kill the Cobra, at least the Golem will die and the 1/1 is around to finish the Golem off. That's fine. We're building card advantage pretty seriously here, by the way, and I even have some big cards. So I should be okay, as long as he doesn't drop anything super big. Okay, Wolf Rider, you can see, earning its keep. Gets to kill my Cobra, clears the way for his big stuff. And he's going to get to heal up his Golem, it seems. Alright, well now what I'm going to do is... Oh, he actually heal himself. Interesting. If I had a recruit on the table, I would play True Silver Champion and kill this Golem. As it is, let's play Senjin. Recruit. And make a Wolf. So the Senjin I played versus the Fen Creeper because I can get more stuff onto the table. And then the reason I did this versus Boulder Fist Ogre is because I don't need to play this just yet. With True Silver Champion, I've got a lot of damage. I can kill most things he could drop. And then we'll get the Boulder Fist Ogre down later. Next turn I can do Fen Creeper plus True Silver. And that could be really good. Reckless Rocketeer is a pretty good answer here because it kills the Senjin. And the Golem now can kill my Wolf. He heals up the Golem first, then kills the Wolf. And then the Golem survives a maddening 2/1. Well, what I'll have to do then is play the True Silver, pop the Golem, use the Recruit to finish the Golem off. And then I can still play Fen Creeper. So that's exactly what he's going to do. Very annoying. Reckless Rocketeer, man. It's pretty good. Pretty good. Still, though, I've got card advantage here. Do I use the Bluegill Warrior for this? That would actually let me play Boulder Fist Ogre. But no, we'll play the True Silver Champion. I think this is totally reasonable. So we do this. Fen Creeper. Use the Recruit to finish this off. We're playing this game very, very fairly. I'm not trying to sneak through anything. We're just building up a lot of card advantage with, you know, weapons and recruits. He got up a little bit though when he killed my Wolf with his Golem, unfortunately. So yeah, I'll be looking forward to dropping this Ogre. Unfortunately, he's a priest, so you can have mind control. Ah, God. Well, okay, we'll wait. We'll wait on this Ogre. I'll try to bait out the mind control if I possibly can. Mad Bomber's pretty immaterial, and it actually hits him in the face 3 times, which is hilarious. Temple Enforcer. All right, so that'll die to True Silver plus the Bluegill Warrior. Unfortunately, then this thing isn't gonna die. Consecration, is that worth it? Actually, that's really worth it here. I'll actually just do Consecration. So this is important, because what it does is I damage the Temple Enforcer enough to kill it with my weapon. And then I kill this. I'm afraid of Mind Control, so I'm going to do Novice Engineer, which I should have done first. It's a card draw effect. That was very silly of me, but we get to play Knife Juggler now. And a Recruit. No reason to play the Bluegill Warrior yet. Let's get some card advantage with the Recruit. And let's see, if he has Holy Nova, the Fen Creeper still survives. That'd be half his turn. We'd see what else he can do, I guess. Hopefully he doesn't have any mind control attacks, but he's been holding on to this card for ages, so I'm pretty sure this is a mind control. Either that or it's a Shadow Word Death. I'm not going to play the Ogre until I'm desperate. Man, priests are really annoying to play against. Another Temple Enforcer. Jesus. Wow, that's hard for me to kill, so that's what he's actually holding on to for ages and ages. Alright, Arcane Golem is good. Alright, we're gonna do the Boulder Fist Ogre. I just don't think he's got the goods, man. Don't think he's got the goods. Alright, so we kind of 3-for-1'd ourselves there. Alright, so is this actually a mind control? Is this card that he's been holding on to for 15 kajillion, smurr-bajillion years? It is a mind control. Oh, jeez. Well, I should have trusted my instincts. After I saw him play his leftmost card, I was like, oh, that must have been the card. But nope. We're in a lot of trouble now. We're going to have to start racing. For justice. Because he can heal up this Ogre after every time it kills something, so I really don't get any advantage from damaging it on my turn. Man, him being a priest has been so annoying all game. The healing of the minions, the mind control threat, the Temple Enforcers. Just all a big nuisance. And now with the mind control there and the Temple Enforcer, he got all of his card advantage back. Maybe I should have just raced against the Temple Enforcer, sent the Bluegill Warrior in his face, and the Arcane Golem at his face, just sent everything at his face, and not killed it. Maybe I could have raced him out. So if I lose this game, it's because I should have gone for the face more. Well, he kills the Fen Creeper. I've got 6 damage here, which is a little more than a third of his health. It's not really enough to actually to race him out reliably, and I'm at the mercy of my deck. Man, the best card I could draw right now is Frost Elemental, that is for sure. Oh man, he can actually start killing my shit now. Ah, that's bad. Well, the good news is he can't heal himself, or his ogre, I guess. But we're getting pretty dicey territory here. Frost Elemental, I said that was the best I could hope for, and that's what I got. So we're gonna freeze this. Now we kill off the Scarlet Crusader. Swing for 3 damage. Boy, it's close. I mean, he can burn this, trade the Soul Priest for it, get his healing power back. This thing is thankfully frozen, so I'm going to get potentially 4 more damage through, but he is drawing cards every turn. That's like the best commentary ever. Well, he does draw a card at every turn. So it's not like I just get to do, you know, have my way with him or anything. Crap, this ogre, I shouldn't have played it. I knew he had a mind control. Why didn't I mean, I didn't know, I suspected. Then he played the Temple Enforcer from the left side of his hand, so I thought, okay, that's the card he's been holding on to. But there was 2 cards that he was holding on to. He chooses not to kill this, which means he probably he drew removal for it. Oh my gosh, he's gonna copy the ogre. So I'm actually gonna start taking tons of damage now. Well, we're gonna hit him in the face, like so. Do I play the True Silver now? Or do I try to use up the rest of this fight's justice? That's really the question. If I True Silver now, I take him down to 5. He can throw this into my Frost Elemental. Heal up to 7. And then what could I draw that would let me win? I got Hammers of Wrath in here. Yep, that's what I have to do. So don't hit with this thing. I'll see. If I hit with this thing down to 8, he kills it down to 10. This would be down to 6. Nope, I actually have to do this right now. I'm going to break the weapon. Hit him in the face. Okay. So what happens now is he throws the Soul Priest away at the Frost Elemental. He heals himself up to 7. This is 4 damage. If I had top deck a Hammer of Wrath, which I believe I have... Oh god, did I use the Hammers of Wrath in this game? I did! Oh geez, I did. I used them against the Worgen and stuff. Oh no, I don't have them anymore. I think I used both of them up. I don't think I have any else. Oh geez, well, I'm just screwed. He's just gonna throw this away. Oh wait, no, if he throws this away and doesn't burn it, then he has to attack it with one of his ogres. Okay, well that's good at least. And I do have this 1/1 here, so he has to actually be a little bit careful because this is 5 damage. Okay, so he uses the ogre. Now he heals himself up. So 7. He takes time to kill my recruit, so I've got a little bit of extra time to find an extra out. I don't think I have any more Hammers of Wrath, though. I think I'm out of those. Oh my god, Jungle Panther MVP! Alright, so we're gonna hit him in the face. Boom. Make a recruit. Alright, alright. Now, if he doesn't have a taunt or a Holy Nova would just be the best, because it would just kill my Panther and then heal him for 2, and then I'd lose the game. But if he doesn't have a Holy Nova or a taunt, then this Panther is 4 damage, he heals himself up to 5, he has to kill the recruit. No! You gotta make it. Okay, I have a silence. I still have Spellbreaker here. Spellbreaker. Where are you, buddy? I need you. I think I have 1 turn to find it. Let's see, he's got 12, 15 damage. Yeah, I have 1 turn to get Spellbreaker. Ah, Mana Wraith, that's not gonna do it. Oh my gosh, so he can actually get the kill now if he can deal 4 damage. But I think I have 1 more chance to get a Spellbreaker. I don't think I used Spellbreaker yet. I think I still have him. I think there's still a Spellbreaker in this deck. Man, his healing himself up is so good too. God darn it. Holy Smite kills the Mana Wraith. I don't really care about that. I just need Spellbreaker. Wait, no, I don't have enough damage anymore. No, he's a priest. I don't have enough damage anymore to kill him. Okay, so he's threatening lethal now. I don't think any card I draw will win me the game. Shadow Sun Cleric. Alright, well played. Well, that was totally my fault. I mean, I should have just not played Boulder Fist Ogre. I should have played my little army of junk. He had a mind control and nothing else, and then I would have been fine. I ended up getting killed with my own ogre. Okay, so that was a little bit of a misplay, but, you know, that's why I make mistakes. I make mistakes, so you don't have to. Learn from my errors. That game was actually a very good case study of reading the opponent correctly and then just, like, not following your read and how skill and decisions can affect the outcome of a game. I'm going to eat some Trader Joe's milk chocolate. I'm amazed that I'm eating sugar after eating all those crepes today. I guess it's just so good. There's probably something horribly wrong with me because of how much sugar I eat. So good though. You gotta watch your morale, folks, when you play Hearthstone. You can't let a loss like that affect you. And if a little bit of sugar is what it takes to get your morale back in high order, that's what it takes. Small Q. The Shaman. Well, the odds of this Knife Juggler living are small. Very, very small against the Shaman. And they just got even smaller. Please just don't be a 2-3. It's a Bluegill Warrior. Interesting. Well, what I think I'll do here is drop Novice Engineer. Draws me a card, which could be helpful. And I'm threatening to kill the Bluegill Warrior, which is card advantage, because of course the Novice Engineer drew me a card. And he doesn't really want to use removal against this, because that would obviously be pretty lame. So I'm pretty happy with his coining of the Bluegill Warrior. Honestly, Bluegill Warrior is not really a card I'd ever want to coin out. Why would you coin that out? I think it's a mistake, isn't it? If you had another 2-drop, you should play that first. Okay, I see. So my opponent wanted to play the Bluegill Warrior so that he'd have something to Flame Tongue the following turn. Well, that makes a certain kind of sense. Still, though, we get to do this. Boink. And then I can't kill this Flame Tongue, so we're just going to play the Razorfen Hunter. Use up all my mana. These two guys combined will kill the Flame Tongue. He can, of course, Rockbiter or Lightning Bolt this thing, but then the little dude survives. And then with the Bluegill Warrior's help, he can kill the Flame Tongue as well. Not many good answers here for him, other than like an Iron Fur Grizzly or something, but then I can Truce over Champions. So really, it's looking really good. I think the Razorfen Hunter, gotta give myself some credit for drafting this guy. It's just incredibly strong against a Naked Flame Tongue. Admittedly, a lot of things are strong against Naked Flame Tongue, because Naked Flame Tongue's not very good. Wow! Lightning Storm! Okay, he wins the coin flip on that, and it dies. But Lightning Storm! Okay, so we could do Knife Juggler plus Bluegill Warrior. And with a lucky Knife Fling, I'll kill the Flame Tongue, or I could just play the Truce over Champion. I mean, the Spellbreaker's a consideration, but I don't see any reason to silence when I can just kill it. Yeah, let's do Knife Juggler or Bluegill Warrior. Unless he's a charged creature, it doesn't really matter if I kill it right now. Finally, my Knife Juggler. Thank you, Knife Juggler. Let me pat you on the head. Good knifey, good knifey, good knifey. Learning that you should always throw knives at the minions. Now, Forked Lightning kills this, but he's already overloaded, then he'll be overloaded again. Did he just top deck a Forked Lightning? Is that what just happened here? Is that what just happened? Is that what just happened? Frost Chuck! Who plays Frost Chuck? Well, it's a 1-for-1, so I don't even care. That's fine. He didn't make it totem. There's actually a really good turn for me. Now, do you play Cobra here? I'm going to play the Cobra. I think it's worth it to play the Cobra. I get to put an extra card on the field, so it's like card advantage. I deal an extra point of damage compared to playing the Fen Creeper, because I put out 2 minions instead of 1. And now if he plays something big and annoying like a Fen Creeper himself, I've got the Cobra here. Plus I'm angling up to be able to kill Boulder Fist Ogres. Now the disadvantage of playing the Cobra is if he has a Fire Elemental, that's obviously a perfect answer to Cobra, because you just Fire Elemental, shoot the Cobra. He hexes my Knife Juggler, so apparently he doesn't care about Cobra very much. That tells me his hand is pretty bad. Otherwise, why would he have hexed the Knife Juggler? That's a pretty loose hex, I would say. Alright, we'll play Fen Creeper here. I think I'm doing alright on cards. We'll kill the Healing Totem. Don't see any reason to let those stick around. Swing. Okay, so if he has Fire Elemental, it's not actually too big of a deal. We just play Truce over Champion, plus the Recruit, kill the Fire Elemental, swing at the Fen Creeper, and hey, I've even got 3 mana left over then to play the Jungle Panther. The odds of this hitting are pretty small, but it's not impossible. If he plays a Swarm Creature and a Totem or 2, then I could actually end up using this guy. This is a card he's been holding on to for a while. I'd be curious to see what it is. It's a Sunwalker. I am actually astounded. I'm truly astounded that he had a Sunwalker and didn't hex my Cobra. Quite bizarre. So we got a lot of options here. I could, of course, silence this thing. And throwing the Cobra away actually doesn't even seem that great, to be honest. I mean, that's... yeah. I feel like the Cobra could do better than this. I've got a Recruit ready to pop the shield with. Hammer of Wrath for 3 damage. Throw the Fen Creeper at it. No, Truce over Champion for over the Hammer of Wrath is better. Or I could silence it and hit him for 6, down to 18. No, we'll kill this fair and square. So let's pop the Divine Shield with the Recruit. Hit it. Hit it. And quit it. Boom. I'll make a Recruit in lieu of my 3-drops for some card advantage there. Swing for 2 damage with the Cobra, so I'm still ready to kill whatever he plays. He could do another Lightning Storm, I guess, to kill everything with a coin flip on the Cobra. If he Lightning Storms, that would suck a lot, I admit. But at least I've got things to play. Acolyte of Pain is not a big deal. I can kill it with my Cobra. No probalo. It's honestly not even worth using True Silver Champion on. I can even use Hammer of Wrath on this thing. Let me both draw a card. I could silence it to stop him from using a card, or getting a card, but I think I'd much rather save the silence for later. Actually, I'm going to kill it with my Fen Creeper. The difference against a Shaman between 1 damage and 2 damage is not that big. We'll risk a Panther here. And pass the turn. Lightning Storm is pretty solid. It would leave him with 5 cards to my 5, but I have a weapon and 2 of my cards are cyclers, so I feel like I'd be pretty okay after a Lightning Storm. Ooze kills my weapon, so I miss out on 4 damage, but still, I would do it again. I think that was fair. If you get oozed, you get oozed. It's not a big deal. Makes a totem, fine. He just doesn't have anything good to do at all at any point. Ever. He's probably holding on to like a bunch of wind speakers or something stupid. Boobity bobbity boobity bobbity boobity bobbity. It's a Yeti. Alright. Can't quite play Mind Control Tech, alas. I can hit him for, see, 4, 6, 9, 10, 11. 11 plus 6 is 17 damage. Not quite enough to kill, unfortunately. So we will Hammer of Wrath the Ooze. Ascension. Looks good. Actually, oh yeah, I don't have any more room for stuff, do I? Well, I could Hammer of Wrath and throw recruits at this, I guess. We'll let it kill my Fen Creeper. It's fine. Swing, 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 and Ascension. So if he does kill my Fen Creeper here, I've got 4, 6, 7, 8, 11, 14 damage. That would be lethal, and I have a Spellbreaker to get past silence, or to silence a taunt if he plays a taunt. He really just rode this guy into the ground, just playing totally fairly, getting lots of card advantage. Okay. Well, Mind Control Tech is now possible to use. Very possible. But unfortunately, I could just kill him instead, so there's really not much point, unless I'm being bad-mannered. And as expected, he kills my Fen Creeper. So yeah, that's over. Unfortunately, I didn't get to use my Mind Control Tech. And we drew an Iron for a Grizzly, Faux Shizzly. Well, I'm feeling pretty good about things. The only loss was a loss where I could have won, potentially, if I'd played more precisely. And the wins are all really, really easy. I feel pretty good about that. 3 wins. Oh man, when you lose an early game, it feels like things take so much longer. I feel like I'm already at 5 already. But I guess I would be at 4-0 if I hadn't lost the game. But then if I hadn't lost the game, I wouldn't have played that dude, the shaman, who just rolled over and died. So, you know, whatever. Sometimes it just works out for the best. I still feel good about my chances of getting up to 7. And being pretty happy with life. Do-do-do-do. Boop-a-dee-boo-dee-doo-beep-a-dee-beep-a-doo. Only 1 hunter, I think, so far. And no mages. Chink 94. Chink. I could give the person the benefit of the doubt and think maybe he's referring to like a chink in someone's armor, but for some reason I just don't trust anyone to not be a horrible racist if they name themselves Chink in Hearthstone. Anyway, my rogue opponent is second, which is unfortunate. And actually, I don't like being a rogue or being a paladin against rogues, as I say every single time. Their dagger kills 2 of my recruits. I don't have any taunt here. Well, we're just gonna have to hope for the best. I suppose. Spellbreaker, not really the 4-drop I wanted to see there. Does she have... Oh, she's fingering that coin like there's no tomorrow. Okay, just play your combo. Come on. Do it. Do it like there's something to it. Oh, is she gonna pass the turn? She is. Wild. Alright. I am gonna play the wolf. Now you might think, Boris, why are you playing the wolf? That'll just get backstabbed. Why not just make a recruit? Well, the recruit will die to the dagger. The wolf at least will eat up a removal spell, and it's not completely wasted because this Blue Warrior could benefit from the buff. Oh god, does she actually have an SI agent? Mother of God. She has an SI agent. Oh my god, I hate being first against rogues. Shit. That's bad. Well, let's see if we can get a card. Well, we can definitely get a card. Oh, I haven't seen you yet. Wow, it's the first time I've seen that guy. That was a terrible start. So because she's second, she got to kill my wolf. If she had been first, she wouldn't have been able to do that. And then so that thing annoyingly has 3 health, so I can't kill it with the Blue Warrior. Well, maybe I should have just played the recruit. Although I think that the recruit is generally going to turn out worse than playing the wolf there. I think I made the right play. It's just she happened to have the one outlying case that was really, really good for her. God, oh, this is just a horrible beginning. I could waste a Shattered Sun Cleric just because it's a 3-2 and try to trade against the SI agent that way. I could do this and Blessing of Might, but the problem is then that's like a just stone cold 2-for-1. 3-for-1 because it's already killed a minion of mine. Oh my god, what is going on here? This is ridiculous. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. You know, much as I hate this, I think this is actually the right play. It's a single card that trades against her single card. If I could have played the Blue Warrior plus the Shadow Sun Cleric, I would have, but that's unfortunately a turn away, and I had nothing else to do, because this is a bad 4-drop. If I had Ascension or something, I would have just played that. Well, let's see if she continues the torture with a backstab here. That would just be the ideal thing to see. Backstab on my Cleric, or maybe a Shiv plus the dagger. Stop the trade from happening. She has Fan of Knives plus the dagger to get some card advantage because she drew a card for the Fan of Knives. She took some damage to the face, but that's not a really big deal. Oh my god. Alright, we'll go for... Okay, I could actually play Blue Warrior, Blessing of Might, Divine Shield. But she has to make a dagger to take 5 damage to the face. That's another way of getting rid of this. Or I could just play the Grizzly and Divine Shield. Okay, we'll do the Grizzly and Divine Shield. I'm not sure this is the correct move, but it's what feels right in my heart. So she can now pop the dagger, or sorry, use the dagger to pop Divine Shield, throw this guy into it, get the trade, and she has freaking 8 cards to my 5. Nope, she's got a better answer. She has Sap to put the Grizzly back in my hand that allows her now to kill my 2/2. Man, this thing having 3 health is so obnoxious. It's such a strong card, and she has a Demolisher. Oh, God. What is going on, man? I just had no chance this game. Oh my god, she did not kill a minion! I can't believe she did not kill my minion. That is outrageous. Well, let's go ahead and do that then. Kill the Demolisher. There's really no point in playing this Blue Warrior, so we're just going to make a recruit. Pass the turn. Let's see if she has another Sap for my Blessing of King. Still, it killed a Demolisher, so it did its job. God, this guy. 3/3 and the killing of my things, just... I never quite came back from that. The thing is, I don't want to play around this. This is a rare. Backstab is a common. That's much more what I was expecting against the wolf. And the dagger, it doesn't even require any cards. So playing the recruit, which dies to the hero ability, seems silly compared to playing cards, which only die to other cards. I don't know. Hard to say. So she's going to have, of course, the ultimate answer, which is the Dark Iron Dwarf putting a 4/4 on the ground. Ugh. It's not just a kind of boot. Alright, we're going to go Fen Creeper here, make a recruit. Roll the 2/1 with my recruit. So hopefully she doesn't have another Dark Iron Dwarf, because the second Dark Iron Dwarf on this Dark Iron Dwarf would let her kill that, live to tell about it. The 1/1 could kill my recruit, or she could dagger up to kill the recruit. How many times in a row could she have the perfect card? The absolute perfect card. Because really, SI Agent was like the absolute perfect card to my wolf. Put a 3/3 on the board, and took my creature off the board. And a 3/3 is pretty big on turn 2. I guess Sap wasn't the perfect answer. It was, actually, Sap was pretty good for this bear. It got rid of the Divine Shield, and it also... left her with enough mana to do other things with. Alright, it's worth noting that if I silence the Stormwind Champion, this thing would be at 2 health. So I do have to use the Bluegill Warrior to kill that off. I could Blessing of Might to kill the Stormwind Champion off, but I'd rather do this. I just play the Cobra here. Also play the Panther over here to avoid any betrayals. That's right. So now the Cobra is threatening to kill the Stormwind Champion. Of course, my opponent could kill the Cobra very easily, but we gotta go for it. When you're behind, take risks. She has 25 health. Oh god, I haven't dealt any damage to her either. This is just a nightmare. She has the removal. I mean, there were a lot of things that would have killed that Cobra, so I can't be that sad about it. And one of those guys. Hilarious. Hilarious. Very real risk now of actually dying to this blade. God damn it. This game is going horribly, actually. It is going super horribly. So we have to, unfortunately, waste the Spellbreaker on this to make sure I don't get completely burned out. And hit her in the face. So now my cards are on the table. She still has 5 cards in hand plus an Assassin's Blade. I am in really bad shape. Wow, this game went straight to hell. Really, just from turn 2. So it's one of those games I think I was going to lose no matter what. I don't think no matter what I drafted or how I played, I was going to lose that. Although, if I played the Recruit, I wouldn't have been vulnerable to the SI Agent, I suppose. Alright, the Knife Juggler has a lot of good targets. I'd have to get insanely lucky not to get screwed by it, and I did not get insanely lucky. So now the Silence thing will kill my Bear, the Blade will kill my Spellbreaker, and I have nothing except for a friggin' Light's Justice and a Recruit. Let's draw a card and concede. Choose of a champion, not good enough. We concede, and that is a wrap. Ugh, losing to someone with such a terrible name and in such a blown out fashion. It was such a good deck too. So here we are at 3-2 after saying I thought the deck was pretty good. We're at 3-2, which is not where I ever was with the Shaman deck that I thought was mediocre and that ended up taking me to great heights. So we'll see. I still think I can make it to 7. I still think I have better than average odds of making it to 7 because the deck is just so good. I should get some free wins, especially now that I'm in the losers bracket. It would be quite shocking if I actually had a 3-win run with this particular deck. Granted, one of those losses against that priest, you know, it was a possible play error. No Mission Ventures in this deck. Oh, there's more things I didn't know. Forgot about that completely. Let's hang on to the Mana Wraith, but because the other plays are a bit slow, we'll mulligan them. And we get slow plays as well. That's great. Alright, well, if I'm going to lose another game, this would be the game to lose with such a weak opening hand. Spellbreaker. Why can't I ever get Ascension? Why is Spellbreaker the 4-drop that I always draw? Well, that's life, I guess. Luckily, my opponent doesn't have a play. Play the Mana Wraith. Don't really care about this drawback because the Wolf. I mean, next turn I could have played just the Wolf anyway, or a Recruit, which is unaffected. If he plays a Recruit, I can kill the Recruit. He is going to play a Recruit. Fair enough. Right, in fact, I think I'm actually just going to play the Recruit myself. So now I can drop the Wolf the next turn, when I have nothing else to do anyway, and then buff both of these guys and potentially do some great things. He can only play 2 drops because of the Mana Wraith, but he does have a coin, so he could actually play a 3-drop. Something like a Harvest Golem would be pretty strong for him here. He will play a coin. What 3-drop does he have? Harvest Golem. Ah, I actually called it. I didn't want to call it. Well, I can't play Spellbreaker because of the Mana Wraith. I could play the Wolf and throw both these things at it, and it'll die. Or I could just Hammer of Wrath, and I think I will Hammer of Wrath. That's another decent way of dealing with that Golem. So we have all of our end game here. He's used his coin. He can only play 3 drops now. Can't play any 4 drops because of this Wraith. This Wraith is either ruining his life or it's causing me to lose. I can't quite tell which one it is. You could also play a True Silver Champion here, I suppose. Raging Worgen. Well, now we're going to drop the Wolf, finally. Or I could play True Silver Champion. What's better? I think the Wolf's better because it lets me put another minion on the board. So we're going to drop the Wolf. Trade the Mana Wraith into the Worgen. I don't think I need any cards, so we'll just play a Recruit. Alright, so now the smoke is clearing. He's got 7 cards to my 6, soon to be 7, but I've got the minion advantage, but he's up to play first. So it could really be anyone's game. We'll see how good he can deal with, how well he can deal with my ogre. He's gonna actually Hammer of Wrath the Wolf. I'm delighted by that because, yeah, he gets a card up by it. Oh, that's annoying. That's really annoying. Damn, that's super annoying. Well, we'll play the ogre anyway. Or I could play the Frost. No, we'll save the Frost Elemental for the better target. Let's play the ogre. Pop the recruit just in case he has Blessing of Kings or something. I don't want, you know, it to not take any damage running into my ogre. Pass the turn. Oh, Boba just finished an arena run 9-3. Congrats! Alright, I don't really want to hit this with my ogre, so maybe that would have been a reason to play other stuff instead. Silver Moon Guardian, man, he just loves his Divine Shields. That's probably Noble Sacrifice. He's actually starting to crawl his way back into this game, unfortunately. Well, let's check for it with the weapon first. It is Noble Sacrifice. Because of course it is. Get down, get down, get down tonight. Put a... I'll do this. I'm going to pop the Divine Shield with my Ogre. And then I'm going to put a Divine Shield on the Ogre. Do I really have 2 Novice Engineers in my deck? That's surprising. Why do I do that? So this will pop the Divine Shield, but then the 3/3 doesn't quite kill it without a buff, and I still have a 2/2. So how good is his answer to this Divine Shield 6/4? It's pretty good. He's going to silence it. Now these 2 minions can kill it if they wish, or if he has a buff, like a Shattered Sun Cleric or something, or a Raid Leader, he can actually kill it with just the Silver Moon Guardian. So if I had put the Divine Shield and popped the Divine Shield of the Guardian, I would have actually had 3 more health, and that would have been better than Divine Shielding after the fact. So perhaps I should have just done that to keep him at 7 health. Well, Consecrate, which, depending on what his last card is, I don't really see the value of. Because the Silver Moon Guardian kills this, but then the Silver Moon Guardian still dies, and the Argent Squire is what he'd like to use to kill this, but he can't use it because it's got 2 health. Unless he has Elven Archer or Abusive Sergeant. That would have it all make sense. Nope, doesn't have any of that. Just regular old killing. Alright, let's play the Gnomish Inventor, which is very good against this board. Light's Justice. Oh, I would actually like to equip that. That would be a better answer to these than the True Silver Champion. But, yeah, let's go ahead and play a Novice Engineer. Aha, Bluegill Warrior. Okay, so we will use the Bluegill Warrior to clear his board because he is a Paladin. Unfortunately, the True Silver Champion's a huge waste against the Argent Squire, but either I wasted hitting his face or I wasted on the Argent Squire, or I just blow it up and don't use it at all. So that seemed to be like the least wasteful thing, given that everything I did was a waste. Well, he could still win because he's got only 5 cards to my 5, and I've got a little bit of a board advantage, but he's up to play, so if he plays big things, he's in good shape. Okay, can he get a free kill in the Novice Engineer? That's what he wants in his life. Leper Gnome, man, he's got a really cheap deck. Lots of cheap stuff here. Surprised to start was so slow. I guess the Mana Wraith really screwed him up. His Knife Juggler's kind of like mine. It keeps on hitting my face. He's got 1 more chance to hit the Novice Engineer, and it hits me in the face yet again. Wow. Alright, it wasn't a mistake, but I can see why he used that emote. There was really nothing else to do. Let's go ahead and Hammer of Wrath, Novice Engineer, for some even more card advantage. Let us kill this Novice Engineer, whip out Light's Justice, kill this, use the Inventor to kill this. And we'll just do this, and a Recruit, and we're going to pass the turn. Alright, so now he's in a really dire situation. I'm holding Light's Justice, so I get 3 more free kills against his recruits. I've got a board, and I've got a hand. He's only got 3 cards to my 5, and I've got an elite on the board. So he's going to need some amazing cards. Plus, I do have a little bit of endgame-ish type of stuff here with the Fen Creeper and the Elemental. So we're just kind of grinding this one out, but it's felt pretty safe. He's never really been able to put any pressure against me. I've just had a pretty strong deck. Earthen Ring Forestry I don't care about too much. It'll die pretty easily. Okay. True Silver Champion. Man, these weapons. One after the other. So we'll just actually run stuff in. This is fine. Play this. Play this. Play this. Don't forget to attack with the Novice Engineer. And pass the turn. Alright, so we have 5 cards on the table. He has 3 cards in his hand. Still got my Frost Elemental, so if he plays anything big, I freeze it. If he plays a Silence, I can silence... A Taunt, sorry, I can silence it. If he plays a Taunt, it's like a big Taunt, like a Sunwalker. Remember, silence first, then freeze. Because if you freeze first and silence, you'll undo the freezing effect. Blessing of Kings. Alright, he's going to give himself a really big bear. So I will silence that. That seems like a pretty good silence target. In fact, let's play Knife Juggler first. Silence that. Throw a knife. My Knife Juggler is a lot better than my opponent's, it seems. Don't see any reason to damage my Fen Creeper, so we'll just do this and that. Clear up space. Let the Panther come on down the pike hole. Oh, I should have played the Panther first after running in my 2-3 to see if the Knife Juggler would have killed it for me. Well, not a big deal. So I'm holding 7 cards on the board, 2 in my hand and a weapon, and he has just 2 cards in his hand. He's in a lot of trouble. He actually top decked a Consecration, which if anything's going to catch him back up, it's that, because that kills off just about everything I have. And he makes a Recruit. What's his last card? That's the question. It is nothing that we can find out about yet. Consecration is cute, but no reason to play it yet. Boom, boom. Let's play Truce of a Champion. Make a Recruit. That's the turn. Didn't see reason to play this just yet. I'm dealing enough damage, and I think it could actually make a difference to freeze one of his minions. But if he doesn't play anything this turn, I will just go ahead and use that. He top decked a Blessing of Wisdom, which is not the most helpful card under these circumstances. Alright, can I win? We've got 4, 8, 11, 12. Yeah, I can definitely win now. I'll give him this card. And we don't even need the Consecration. Yeah, without the Blessing of Might, using Consecration, I would have actually been 1 damage short. Hang Jin Lee. Alright, great. Nice, solid 4th win. Still, one of these 2 losses was a total rollover, and it was embarrassing, but the other loss was my mistake, and I really had the upper hand all game, and then the other wins were just all really, really solid. I feel like I can do it. Trust in me, people. Have some faith in Papa Boris, okay? He can make the magic happen, even if he's stuttering a little bit. Have to win 3 games in a row without losing 1 to make it to 7. And these games have been a little grindy. Interestingly, my Shaman deck yesterday was much better at putting opponents away. I don't know. It didn't seem that much more aggressive, but I guess it did have a little bit more burn potential than this deck does. We'll see what we can do. Druid! Not my favorite matchup, but still okay. Better than a Hunter or a Mage, for sure. Thumb the Druid. And we're second, finally. Alright, let's go ahead and mulligan the Blessing of Might. That won't be helpful for a while. We'll be coining the Knife Juggler on turn 1, provided my opponent doesn't play something like a Leopard Gnome on turn 1 himself. If he does play a turn 1 minion, I'll have to coin the Mana Wraith out to try to trade against it. Alright, none of that. So, we coin for the Knife Juggler. And let's see if he has Claw, Moonfire, or Wrath. Druids probably have the most ways of anyone of killing a 2 toughness minion. 3 different cards. Granted, Moonfire is pretty bad, and people don't usually draft it. He's fingering a card. It's a Bloodfen Raptor, which is not going to do the job, I'm afraid. So here we go. We play the Protector. Hopefully the knife hits his face now. Uh-oh, my Knife Juggler has to undo all of his training. No, I trained him too well to hit minions. He's just like, I'll always hit the minion. And then we kill that Raptor off. So we got started with some card advantage. Always nice to have that. Plays an Earthen Ring Farseer. Okay. So what we do here is we play the Cobra, and if the knife hits this, I can trade my Protector for it. If the knife hits the face, I'll throw the Knife Juggler at it. Not a problem, really. I don't care that much about it. Okay, so my Knife Juggler kind of got his priorities backwards there. This is totally fine. I think that's the thing about the Knife Juggler. It should not be a 3-2. It should be a 2-2. The ability is really good, but then, like, don't forget that it's a 3-2, which is just, like, as good as any other 2-drop, and you can trade it for good stuff, you know? Silvermoon Guardian, actually very annoying. It'll kill both of my minions. Wow, that was like the perfect answer to the situation. I could Consecrate and use the Cobra, but that seems awfully silly. I'd love to play the Fan Creeper, but I can't because it's an extra mana. Oh, jeez. Alright. What I'm going to do then is play the Berserker and make a Recruit. And if I let him do it, he'll kill the Cobra, and this thing won't actually kill it. So I'm actually just going to do this. This seems awful, but I started off with some card advantage, so I kind of gave it back right there. And the Recruit, is, as long as he doesn't shapeshift to kill it, is also card advantage for me. Plus the Mind Control Tech and the Consecration could be card advantage later. So I've got some ways to get card advantage, but man, the Knife Flings unfortunately just didn't quite work out for me as I needed them to.
I'll put it on
Panda. Man, I really need a True Silver Champion here. Where is it? Hammer of Wrath, not quite good enough, but better than Fen Creeper, so I will do it. Light's Justice? Nope. Not a chance. So we go up a card there because we use the Recruit and a Hammer to kill his Panda. So it's 5-5, but I'm holding the minion on the board. The problem is if he plays big stuff, I could actually start losing. I don't have anything big to play, so he could just play like a Druid of the Claw or something and just be up in the lead already. Even a Boulder Festoga right now, just something simple would be totally fine for him. His Argent Commander, which is not the worst thing probably. I mean, it's a 2-for-1, but it's something at least I can deal with. Arcane Golem, I could use it to kill this right back, but I don't want to give him an Ironbark Protector anytime soon. Or sooner than I'm supposed to. Alright, let's go ahead and do this. And make a Mana Wraith. Stop him from playing Ancient of War if he has it, although that is an epic, so it's not that likely. Actually, I think I'm going to lose this game. I actually think I'm going to lose. I'm getting really far behind against the Druid. I've dealt no damage to him. Haven't really established much of a board presence, and I'm just going to be powerless once he starts dropping his endgame cards, unless I get my, like, Blessing of Kings or something and have a minion on the board.
what to do.
If he kills the bear, let's see what he does about this Mana Wraith. Makes a Humble Panther, it's fine. So that dodges the Mana Wraith's detriment, because it's a spell, technically. Well, not technically, it is because it is a spell. I don't need to say technically. Ogre Magi, alright, fair enough. Blessing of Kings. It's hilarious, but is it correct? Probably not actually correct. I think the correct move is just to do this. That makes things cheaper, then we can play the Arcane Golem. Let's do that, and then I have to waste the Mind Control Tech, because playing a Recruit there would have just been very weak. He dies to Shapeshift. So, if he plays an Ironbark, I'm just boned. I mean, I have to do Blessing of Kings, it's 7-7, doesn't even kill it. I have to do that and Consecration to kill it. It's just a disaster.
Where shall I start?
Druid of the Claw! Much happier seeing that than Ironbark, as long as this thing survives. As long as he doesn't have a Wrath for this in his last card. Ironbeak Owl, alright, don't care about that. So here we go. Unfortunately, the buff went to that instead of the Owl. I would have much rather seen the Owl get buffed, but we can still do Blessing of Kings. Kill the Druid of the Claw. And I can Consecrate to get rid of the Owl to protect my guy, but then this guy still dies to Shapeshift with the Swordsmith, so seems kind of pointless. Let's just play this. The Owl can now kill my Mind Control Tech, but I can kill the Swordsmith off pretty easily after that, and I still have a Fen Creeper, which is reasonably big. He's got 2 cards left, I just hope they aren't particularly good. And I still have a Boulder Festoga in here that I wouldn't mind drawing. Direwolf, that's unfortunate. Now the Master Swordsmith can actually kill my Razorfen Hunter with the help of Shapeshift. Or the Owl can just kill this, and then the Swordsmith can kill the thing. But it's better to use this in Shapeshift to kill that, I believe, because this guy actually survives. And then I have to use my Pig to kill it off. So what's his last card? It depends on how good it is, really. That's just... Oh, interesting, interesting. So he's going to just voluntarily let his things die? Not what I would have done. I would have left this guy alive at 1 health. Granted, then the Pig kills it, so I guess it's not even really getting him anything. So yeah, he's fine. He did a fine thing. Alright, so he decided to use the Owl to kill my Hunter. Now the Wolf was allowing the Swordsmith to kill the Mind Control Tech. Yeah. What's his last card? It's something weird, apparently, is the answer to that question. Let's play Fen Creeper to protect my recruits, and I'm not going to play Blessing of Might. I mean, mana's not an issue. I've got plenty of mana. Let's see where the Blessing of Might is best used before we drop it on something. That's the card he just drew. Fleshing and Gold, not a big deal, so what is his last card? Is it some kind of a buff? What is it? What is it, buddy? Come on. Is it a buff? There we go. He's going to play it. It's a Starfire. I see. So not bad. Gives him a card. He then uses the wolf like so. And the ghoul versus my recruit's a pretty good deal. If I get my other Hammer of Wrath, that would be the best. He's thinking, like, did he just get an Innervate? Alright, Novice Engineer. Still hoping for Blessing of... Or, sorry, Hammer of Wrath. Fen Creeper. Well, let's play Fen Creeper. Make a recruit. And then think, is it worth it to Blessing of Might to kill this thing off? Or should I just let the Fen Creeper sit? And trade against it, even knowing it'll drop down to 2 health. Really, is Blessing of Might going to be any better? Might as well just use it now. Okay, so he's got 2 cards. I mean, if he has Ironbark Protector, he can always come back into this game anytime he wants to. Even a Druid of the Claw now will be solid. I'll have to use Consecration, Fen Creeper, and a Novice Engineer to kill it off. Really, any sort of taunt. He just top decked a card. What is it? Starfall. I actually don't mind that at all. He uses the global damage. I would have actually thought he'd hit the Fen Creeper, unless this is also removal. What is it, a Wrath? No, it's a Ventricle Mercenary. Oh, I see. Okay. So here's where Ventricle Mercenary is not bad. Luckily, the Recruit plus Consecration will finish it off. This guy's not a priest. He can't heal this thing. So I'm still in decent shape. I'm not necessarily lost. This is actually fine to drop down. Recruit's fine to drop down. He's in top deck mode. I could definitely win this game, as long as he doesn't get anything particularly great. Just a normal, generic, vanilla minion. Notice, by the way, how good this was. It would have been Silver Moon Guardian, I think, was what it could have been, and this is much better because it drew me into another card. Alright, so he hits my Fen Creeper. It's dead. Now I consecrate with my recruit and finish this thing off. He's going to shapeshift for a health. And what is his last card here? He just top decked a what? If it's a minion, he should be able to play it, even with the drawback. So it's not a buff. It's not a minion. Even better than Consecration is True Silver Champion. So we will take the 7 damage to the face. A little bit of a hard hit, but at the same time, it's my first time taking damage this game. Consecration's a little bit underwhelming. This could have been, well, this could have been another True Silver, which would have been bad, because then I'd be doubling up on True Silvers, or it could have been some other thing. I think it could have been like a Senjin or something like that. Here, I'd obviously rather have the Senjin, but still, it's 2 damage to the face, and it might kill a minion if you top deck something weak. Of course, he'll play it. You'll play anything now. So because he's had some pretty bad top decks, it seems, I'm able to catch up. This is the card he drew last turn. It's a Gruul. Whoa! So he actually couldn't play it. He actually could not play it with the Ventricle Mercenary in play because it's 11 mana. I see. This is getting a little bit exciting. Let's think. I can deal 2, 5, 6, 7, 11, 13, 15 damage total. You know what? I think we're gonna have to. I think we're gonna have to go for the face. I don't think running everything into that Gruul is worth it, especially because I've got a taunt in play and a ton of health and a bunch of recruits as well. We're just going to go for it. Gonna go all the way for it. So right now he can Gruul to kill up the Senjin. If there's ever a time where he needs a good card, it's right now. But if he does have a particularly good card, like a Ironbark or something, he can actually win the game. Okay, so he doesn't have a handy way to dealing with the Senjin. Does he have a swipe? That would actually, oh god, a swipe clears my board. Oh, I forgot about that. It is hilarious that a swipe clears my board right here, and then I actually probably end up losing the game because of Gruul. I should have probably killed the Gruul because I don't want to open myself up wide to swipe. I mean, he's in top deck mode, but we're getting pretty down low. Does he have a swipe? Is Acolyte of Pain, does he have a swipe? This is such an important card. My arena life hangs in the balance. It's a Shattered Sun Cleric! Oh my god, he's actually going to lose the game. Well, I probably didn't do that correctly. I should not have opened myself up to swipe like that. As it is, though, we're going to have lethal damage here. Never did end up needing that Consecration. Yeah, Consecration plus Light Sources, I could have dealt 3 damage to him. He's at 5 health, and then I would have had one more turn to top deck an out. I would have lost if I didn't get an out in 1 turn. Wow, that was close. So, okay. Probably a misplay there, but we pull it out. He had, it seems, a pretty weak deck. He just... I just overrunning him, but Gruul obviously goes a long way. As does Ventricle Mercenary, but what he really needed, as I yawn, what he really needed was an Ironbark Protector. Iron House, not another priest. Generally, I think Paladins are good against priests. But against that one priest who beat me, I just felt like I got into an awkward situation. This is tempting to keep because it'll stop light spawns, but it's otherwise kind of crappy, so I'm not going to keep it. If he plays a light spawn, then so be it. We got a nice early draw, as we often will with this deck, because this deck's curve is pretty spectacular. It's missing, you know, it's missing 1-drops, but that's all it's missing. And Light's Justice can even be a 1-drop if need be. Don't see much of a reason to play that Blue Gill Warrior here. We'll just make a recruit and go up a card, basically, by doing so. It's only a 1/1, but still, card's card. The 3-drop will determine how we go about business. Imp Master. Okay. I think this calls for the Cobra. I really think it does. So we're going to kill off the Imp with the Recruit. Now the Cobra's threatening to kill the Imp Master. Of course, Shadow Word Pain is the answer, but that's his whole turn. Then I can choose over Champion to kill off the Imp Master and be fine. Yeah, Shadow Word Pain. Man, Priests have such annoying cards. Oh no, don't have anything else. You suck. Why do you have anything else? Power Word Shield? No! Jeez, that's annoying. Well, actually, it's not that annoying. Actually, it makes no difference, does it? This is... Oh no, it does make a difference! It's at 5 friggin' health now. Jesus H. Butternut Squash Christ. Alright, let's drop Senjin. Good top deck. So this holds up against his Imp army. And then next turn we can maybe Knife Juggler plus Blue Gill Warrior. And hopefully the Senjin is alive to kill off the Imp Master there. Oh my god, he's actually going to heal it. Alright, please don't have a Shadow Word Pain then. That would be the worst. Inner Fire! Oh my god. What is going on and why is it going on to me? Okay, well at least we can kill this thing. I can play Knife Juggler, Blue Gill Warrior, that I won't quite kill it. I don't want to leave a thing alive any longer than I have to. We're going to take 7 damage to the face. Luckily, Knife Juggler's a pretty good answer to these things. It's likely to hit them, not guaranteed, but likely. Spellbreaker, turns out, would have been a nice thing to have on hand. I could have played Panther instead of Cobra. The Panther would have also killed the Imp Master earlier. Oh my god. Imp Master, Power Word Shield, Inner Fire in the arena. What won't you see? Well, I'm behind now. Oh, this is another reason why I regret mulliganing Spellbreaker. Wow, hilarious. Hilarious. Okay, let's do this. Knife Juggler, boom. Blue Gill Warrior, fling a knife at anywhere but the face, please. Thank you. And let's do Novice Engineer. Fling a knife anywhere but the face, please. Anywhere but the face is good. No, you hit the face. Ah, stupid. Oh man. All right, we're gonna have to hit this. I'm gonna throw the Blue Gill Warrior away. If it had just hit that, or this thing been dead, it would have been much better for me. Now this Knife Juggler has a non-zero chance of surviving. It could survive. But if this thing gets buffed and kills it, I'm going to be annoyed because it could have been dead if the Knife Juggler hadn't sucked. Corn Warrior, not a big deal. Don't care about that too much. Don't care about that either. Okay, fine. This is good. So now I don't want to hit this because it'll get enraged. He's throwing that away because he knows the Knife Juggler is going to, potentially hit it. We're going to go for the Knife Flings. Let's draw a card. Always draw cards first, hopefully to get a Hammer of Wrath, perhaps, or another Truth of a Champion. Nope, not a chance. Please don't hit this thing. You hit that thing. Honest to God. Well, I could still kill it now, is the hilarious thing. We could do this. Get 2 Knife Flings. Pop the Divine Shield, and we killed it. Good. And, alright, we'll make a Recruit. Pops him in the face, which is good, because those are going to die anyway. Alright, so we managed to crawl our way back into it. He's got 5 cards to 8. These are cheap and all die to Holy Nova. Mind Control Tag. Are you freaking kidding me? Mind Control Tag. Mind Control Tag. Oh my god, what won't happen? What won't happen, ladies and gentlemen? I don't know what won't happen. It seems like anything will happen. Let's go ahead and Frost Elemental. It's the biggest thing I got. Freeze that. Kill my own piglet. Oh, it's a dark day. Razorman Hunter killing his own pig. Well, Blessing of Might. Kill this off. Swing for 1. Still doing okay on cards. It's got 4 cards in a Yeti. I have 6 total cards. About to get another one off the awesome Gnomish Inventor. No good mind control targets for him, which is good. This thing's threatening to kill the Yeti. Fen Creeper. Oh, the Fen Creeper will stop the Yeti from dying. Fairy Dragon will die to this thing, though. And I have a Recruit with that help to kill the thing. Okay, great. That was good English. I have a Recruit with that help to kill the thing. Let's draw a card before we decide whether to Hammer of Wrath or not. Aha, it's just what I was hoping for. So what we can do here is True Silver Champion. Hit that. Hit this. Kill this. Now the Fairy Dragon can kill my Frost Elemental, but got a True Silver Champion in hand, got more card advantage than the Hammer of Wrath. I love playing with lots of card advantage, and I have a Fen Creeper, which is pretty good. It's tempting mind control target, but I'd much rather have that get mind controlled than an Ogre. And I'm way ahead on cards, so that's good as well.
I must consider.
If he has an Ooze to kill the weapon with, that's annoying, but the Hammer of Wrath kills the Ooze and essentially gets me my card back, which is fine. Frost Elemental was really good freezing that Yeti, stopping the Gnomish Inventor from dying, so I have an extra 2/4 on the board thanks to this guy's ability. He will just simply kill my Frost Elemental, so he's not planning to Holy Nova or anything here, but he thought for a while about that, so maybe he's holding on to Holy Nova. That should make me a little bit more cautious about playing the Panther. He has 9 mana. I can deal 7 damage with my weapon plus the hammer, so I can bring down something pretty big. 8 damage if I need to for the recruit, although I don't know what I would need 8 damage for unless he plays like Boulder Fist Ogre, Inner Fire, and then in that case I just need to get Spellbreaker or I lose. Sorry, not Boulder Fist Ogre, Inner Fire. Boulder Fist Ogre, Divine Spirit. Light Spawn again with the... I wish I had Spellbreaker. Alright, so I can kill this in a variety of ways. I can use the Recruit plus True Silver, or I could Hammer of Wrath it. Let's go ahead and Hammer of... Wait. I think it's actually worth it just to play double Fen Creeper here. And I could actually do this too. I'm going to kill it like this. I'm going to hit that, take 3 net damage, but then I can use the Gnomish Inventor to finish it off. I still keep my Recruit around. I think every extra card helps. Hopefully it doesn't have any more Mind Control text. I mean, really, how many Mind Control texts can a man have? Still have some card draw in the wings. If he steals a Fen Creeper, I'll Hammer of Wrath, use my other Fen Creeper to kill it. Sorry, if he Mind Controls it. Mass Dispel gets rid of all my taunt, but I think more importantly for him, it draws him a card. So it's a 4 mana cycle, which at 10 mana is fine if your cards are bad. 4 mana for a cycle is okay. Temple Enforcer, not a problem. It plus Hammer of Wrath plus these 2 little dudes will be fine. So let's play Hammer of Wrath. Boop. Boulder Fist Ogre. Okay. Are we doing this Boulder Fist Ogre? We're not doing this Boulder Fist Ogre. I think he's been holding on to that card for a long time. I feel like he deems my Fen Creepers not worthy of mind controlling. So we're just going to do this, which puts out almost as much power on the board. This is a total of 5 power. 3 toughness instead of 7 is a big difference, but still, it's almost as much power. Doesn't give him a good mind control target for this mind control that he's probably not even holding. It's probably something dumb. And it's not a mind control at all. It's an Azure Drake. It's actually a really good card. Well, the Panther will kill it, but the Fen Creepers won't. Holy Nova here would kill my Panther. Did he just get a Holy Nova? No, he got a Shattered Sun Cleric to stop my Panther from killing the Azure Drake. I think I might as well use Consecration here. Okay, so we Consecrate. Like so. Use a Fen Creeper like so. Play the Berserker like so. Make the Recruit like so. Swing, swing, swing. So Holy Nova kills off my Recruits, my Fen Creeper, and my Panther, but it'll enrage my Berserker. I'm gonna watch his leftmost card. I feel like he does have a Mind Control here, but it's worthless to use Mind Control because then that's his whole turn and everything else whacks him. And I don't have any good creatures anymore to Mind Control. 3/6 is as good as it gets. Wolf Rider will kill off the Panther, I'm guessing. Temple Enforcer, actually the Wolf Rider will get to live. He'll call off my Berserker, so it seems like he's angling up for a Holy Nova, otherwise why kill the Berserker? Can I win? We have 7, 10, 11, 12, 13 damage. Okay. Iron House the Priest goes down. He actually is a strong player. As soon as I played the Shattered Sun Cleric, he said well played, so he knew. He must have counted on his turn that I only needed 1 damage to kill him, and we'll say well played and win the game. Okay, 6 wins. Not bad. For being 3-2, not bad. I said I had a better than average chance of making it to 7, and the facts seem to have borne out my claim. So here's 6-2, a spot I'm at pretty often. And we'll see if we can make it to 7 wins. I'd say my odds are better than 50%. Now, if I lose, that doesn't mean I was wrong in saying my odds are better than 50%. It's just unfortunate. And I might have been wrong anyway. But for that matter, if I win, I might have still been wrong in saying my odds are better than 50%. I might have just beaten the odds. So, you know, whatever, man. It's those statements that I make are pretty stupid because there's really no way to test them. Anyway, I don't know what that ramble was all about. Let's go ahead and take a look at our worthy opponent. It's a warrior. Oh, well, I do like being a paladin against warriors. It's one of my favorite matchups. Not to say that I've never lost to a warrior as a paladin. In fact, I've lost some really critical games. I think I've played Heisenberg before. Heisenberg's uncertainty principle. I think I remember talking about that. Anyway, I think he actually beat me if I remember correctly. And I might have even been as a warrior, but now I'm just making stuff up. I have no idea if he's a warrior or if I played him at all or anything. I do think I played him once, but I don't remember if he was a warrior. I made a comment like he's a fan of physics, and someone else posted a thing on my YouTube saying, someone posted a comment to the video saying, like, don't you mean he's a fan of chemistry? I think Heisenberg's uncertainty principle is more of a physics thing than a chemistry thing. Okay, so does he have a fiery war axe? Is what he needs to deal with this in the most effective way. Nope, no fiery war axe. Lucky us. Now, I could play the Blue-Gill Warrior for extra damage. However, I'm just going to make a recruit instead because if he has cleave, I don't really see much of a reason to have a card die. And the thing is this is a 1-1 versus a 2-1, so it's not actually that much worse than a Blue-Gill Warrior. The Blue-Gill Warrior deals an extra point of damage, but it wasn't worth throwing away a card for, like, well, an extra 2 damage because it would have done damage the turn it came into play, but there was really no reason to do that. So he actually did have the cleave. We'll make another recruit. A little bit of a humble turn 3 Shoutouts on Cleric. I didn't really want to play an overpriced 3-2 there. I don't think that was worth it. He has a Stormwind Knight, which is a pretty good answer to the recruit. So it kills the recruit and puts a body on the ground. It's about as good as you can hope for. We're going to go ahead and play Senjin. Let's see if he continues having good answers for my Shazatsicles. But now I'm actually threatening to play Shoutouts on Cleric on this, make it a 4-6 and kill the Stormwind Knight. So does he have an answer for this? Arcanite Reaper would be the best card he could be holding right now. I'll let him kill this off. This is the card he just top decked. He's fingering it like he wants to play it. Is it an Arcanite Reaper? No, it's a Spiteful Smith. That's okay. I'm alright with that. That's fine. Now that, I think, means I need to kill it. If I play this and run in there, it'll be a 4-6, 4-4. It will then die to the Spiteful Smith, which is unfortunate. I can make it a 4-6, run it into the Spiteful Smith, use a Blue-Gill Warrior to kill it off. Then I'd have a 4-2, which would trade against the 2-4. And I would have lost a Blue-Gill Warrior. I could play Blessing of Kings. Problem with Blessing of Kings is that I only have 1 minion on the board, and if I only have 1 minion on the board and he has Execute, then I'm really far behind. But Execute's going to be trouble no matter what, so I'm just going to go for it, I guess. I feel like if he has Execute, I'm in trouble no matter what, so I might as well just kill his minion outright. And then, I'm not planning to try to kill him with this, I'm just trying to get value for my 2 eggs in 1 basket here. I'm hoping to kill the Stormwind Knight. So, Execute, is that Execute? Oh god, it looks like Execute. Please don't be Execute. He's putting it back in his hand. Okay, good, good. No, 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 no. Don't be Execute. Don't be an Arcanite Reaper either. It's a Leroy Jenkins. Oh, okay. Well, that's actually fine, because he's trading Leroy, and I get these Whelps, which is fine as well. Great, this is actually really nice, I think. So now, we have a couple of options. I think we'll just choose to go the simple route with True Silver Champion. Kill that off. Make a recruit again. I don't see much reason to play Blue-Gill Warrior. It's basically just an extra power. And it deals damage the turn it comes into play. So it's like an extra 2 damage when it comes into play. And then an extra 1 damage every turn thereafter. It's not really worth it to pass on a recruit. The only reason this would be worth it is if you're killing something with it, which I will be soon, just not right now. Boulder Fist Ogre. Alright, so there's the Boulder Fist Ogre. Luckily, I should be able to kill it with Hammer of Wrath, True Silver Champion, which is fine. I could use Hammer of Wrath down to 4 health, Blue-Gill Warrior. Yeah, we'll just use Hammer of Wrath, True Silver Champion. Seems good. Also, we draw a card. So there's that. Whackety whack whack. And let's play the Panther. I think putting an extra power on the board is more valuable right now than protecting my 1/1s. He's got 6 cards to my 6 plus an extra 3 on the board. I have the advantage, but he could still win the game because Warriors have lots of good cards. You could always drop out something crazy and win the game, but I feel like it's worth it to take the risk I took. All right, so if I played the Grizzly, it would have actually survived versus this 2/2 axe. As it is, he gets to kill one of my 1/1s with it. Well, that's fine. Worse things have happened. So now we're going to clear his board, I believe. Doobity 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 doobity. Yep, we're going to clear his board, so we're going to do this. this. I could play... Oh, hang on. I could play Fen Creeper. Leave his board alive. No. Let's just kill his board. So we'll do this. Finally using that Blue-Blue Warrior that I've been saving all game. That. Okay. So hopefully he doesn't have any mind control attacks. He can use his axe to kill the Panther, dropping to 21 health. And I've got 6 power on the board. He has 5 cards to my 4, soon to be 5. I'm getting up cards every time I make a recruit. I feel like I'm in really good shape. This is I think I have a very strong chance of winning. But if he plays something really huge, another Bolt of Festoker perhaps, I could actually win. Alright, the Gorobashi's alright. I can silence that if it gets out of hand. I am tempted now to silence this, just to kill it, but it seems a little bit foolhardy. Okay. Is it worth silencing this thing? I think it is, actually. Let's just silence it. I'm just going to gamble that I can take care of the Gorobashi with the help of the Fen Creeper. So swing. Now, Gorobashi can enrage against this, dropping to 4 health. Worst case, I can use a Spellbreaker to kill that. But best case, I've got 4, 7, 10, 12, exactly 16 damage on the nose. Oh no, he had a really good turn. Man, Korokron plus Dark Eye and lets him kill the Fen Creeper, and then the Gorobashi enrages against my Shattered Sun Cleric, and he has a big board. Okay, this is getting a little bit scary, but I still have card advantage, so I should be fine. Should be okay. I can't kill him anymore. But yeah, we're gonna clear his board like with this thing. Kill that. Kill that. That is fine. I'm gonna play the Cobra. Berserker, recruit. Always gonna try to make recruits if I can, because every recruit I make is just such a huge pain in the ass for him to deal with. Either it's a waiting point of damage, or he has to keep on killing it with his minions instead of hitting my face. Sunwalker means I regret having used my silence, but this is okay. We can still take care of things, although it's actually kind of hard now. Oh man, he had a really good turn. That was an amazing turn. So I can use the Cobra to kill this thing, but then this Frothing Berserker gets out of control. Alright, here's what we do. My opponent's actually starting to come back in the game, but we're going to pop the Divine Shield like that. We're going to use the Cobra there. We're going to swing for a bunch of damage, and we're just going to hope here that he doesn't have a way to clear out this bear. Because as long as the Berserker hits the bear, I can use the Recruit to kill the Berserker, and then it's fine. His minions are more expensive, but that really makes no difference. I just need these 2 cards to not be super stellar. I've got some good cards in here. I think I have a True Silver and another Hammer of Wrath at the very least. He's got the bear kill. Darkscale Healer to heal this up. Oh my god, are you kidding me? And a Harvest Golem, which is also extremely strong. Oh my god, this is annoying. Okay, so we throw away the mana. Wait. Can I win? 2, 4, 6, 7 down to 7 health? I can't erase him out. So we kill off the Frothing Berserker. We make a Recruit. We make the Razorfen Hunter. I could enrage the Berserker, actually, against the Golem. That way it would trade against the Darkscale Healer. But the Golem could still finish off the Berserker. Is that worth it? That's really not. That doesn't have any value. Although it stops the Golem from killing off my recruits. I am going to do this. And we'll hit him in the face for 2. Oh my god, I can't believe how close this is. He had some pretty stellar drops. Well, how good is his top deck? He needs some good ones. I need good ones too, though. How good is this top deck? The answer is very good, because it lets me kill that. Lets him kill that thing. Well, it's a good thing he didn't have it earlier. If he had it earlier against my Blessing of Kings, I would have been really screwed. Can't clear his board, unfortunately. Hammer of Wrath, oh my god, that's ideal. That is just so great. So I kill his biggest threat. I draw a card. Light's Justice means I don't even have to throw away my 1/1s. Okay, we've got the advantage here. He's in top deck mode. I'm adding a 1/1 to the board every turn. That was a very good Hammer of Wrath top deck, followed by a very good draw off of the Hammer. I had the advantage before that. He had amazing top decks to even be this close. So me getting a little bit of luck is fine, considering he ground me down this far in my deck. He's going to cleave to kill off 2 of my minions. Don't really mind that too much. I'd much rather see those die than him play something really scary, like another Sunwalker or something. Blessing of Might, we're just going to put it on this thing. I mean, yeah, he can get a removal card for it, and I'll regret it, but he's in top deck mode. So I'm much more likely to lose because I didn't deal the 3 extra damage per turn with Blessing of Might than I am to lose because he draws a removal card and I don't have Blessing of Might later on. If he draws removal, that means it's going to be at least another turn before he draws a thing that I would use Blessing of Might on, so it's totally worth it to start dealing damage. What is this card? It is a Cult Master. Not impressed. Alright, he's at 11 health, 4, 5, 6. I don't think I can win in one because I didn't take that Reckless Rocketeer. The Bolt of Stoker is a very good top deck, so what we do here is we use Light's Justice to kill the Cult Master. That was a very bad top deck for him, which is only fair because he had really good top decks all the way leading up to this point. We're threatening lethal. He's got to have something amazing right here. I don't even know what it would be. Brawl, I guess. Brawl, leaving this guy alive, but that only lets him hang in there. It doesn't let him actually get ahead. What is it? It's an Arathi. Okay, that's not going to do it. So that is over. Yes, is it over? 6, 7. Oh, no, it's not over. Oh, it is over because he's getting hit when he kills that thing. Yeah, it's over. Well played. Oh, man. Heisenberg. Heisenberg. I think I got him back for the first time when he beat me. He was playing a pretty strong deck, which makes sense because he's at 6 wins. All right, 7 wins. I had a hot streak, then a cold streak, and now I'm back to being hot again with my last couple of runs in this one, all making it to 7. From this point forward, it's all gravy, so line up your trowels of mashed potatoes and dig in, because there's nothing but gravy in this boat, ladies and gentlemen. I would be such a great, like, sports announcer, I think. Maybe in another life. Maybe if I liked sports. Yeah, that'd be great. Paul Hood, or Paul Howdy. I like to think his name is Howdy, like, howdy do. My name's Paul, who are you? Senjin is such a good drop against Shamans, I'm going to just keep it. They don't have a good answer to it. If he hexes it, that means that later on my Frost Elemental, my Ogre, and my Fen Creepers are immune. Well, not immune, but there's one less hex for them. He mulliganed his whole hand, which is fine. Oh, we got the really good drop here. Berserker into Shattered Sun Cleric. Of course, Shamans have more ways of killing a Berserker than anybody on turn 2, because they can do Rockbiter Weapon or Lightning Bolt. I could even Mana Wraith, but no, we're going to go for it. I'll take the risk of the Rockbiter and Lightning Bolt. At least I hope it's Lightning Bolt, so he's overloaded next turn. He's got a card. It's definitely removal for that Berserker. Oh, he's fingering a different card. Interesting. Maybe he's got both, and he's wondering which one to use. Interesting. There is no objective right answer, whether it's better to Rockbiter or Lightning Bolt, because it really just depends on what you're going to be playing the following turn. No, he's just going to make a totem. Alrighty. Gets a Taunt Totem. Well, the nice thing about the Taunt Totem is at least it makes my decision easy. I don't need to worry about whether to hit his face or kill the totem. And I am just going to go ahead and play the Shattered Sun Cleric because it uses up all of my mana. Yeah, the buff is wasted right now, but the thing you have to remember about Shattered Sun Cleric, and this is a nice strategy point if you actually don't know about it, Shattered Sun Cleric, putting a buff on something, even if the buff is not immediately useful, is totally fine because you basically are putting a total of 4 power, 3 toughness on the board for 3 mana, and that's just great. Alright, the Ogre Magi forces me to change my plans a little bit. We're going to play the Wolf so that the Shattered Sun Cleric can kill the Magus. It is Magi. There's actually 2 of them there. If you look at the card, there's actually like 2 ogres in one body. That's why they're the Magi, plural. Anyway, we're going to hit him for 4. And I will actually just play the Mana Wraith here. Seems fine. I forego getting a card up through reinforcing, but now he can't play 4 drops, so it's nice to know he's not going to have a Yeti or Ascension. He did play the coin last turn, so just 3 drops here. Not impressive ones. Now that made me kind of wish I had played a Recruit so I could kill the 2-1. That I'm going to lose the Mana Wraith. Oh, he's actually going to Earthshock my Berserker. So it's lost its buff and its berserkingness. Let's just play a full power Senjin. Use the Wolf to kill off the 1-1. Now we're going to hit for 6 damage. That's a lot of damage. P.S. FYI. And now you can play 4 drops, but I've got Blessing of Might. Man, I really wish I had actually played a Recruit, but who knows? This Mana Wraith might be screwing him up. It actually screwed him up last turn. You could have done this in a Totem, but instead he just did this at 4 mana thanks to the Mana Wraith. So I feel like it's already kind of paid it for itself. Even though having a Recruit would have been nice for killing this off. Okay, he's going to Lightning Bolt. What's his target? The Senjin, okay. So he kills off the Senjin. Does he have a Lightning Storm now? No, he's just an Imp Master. Alright, that's not a big deal. I don't think. Alright, Mind Control Tech. Oh, okay, I could go for the Mind Control Tech Gambit. Let these imps grow and then play it later. Seems a bit silly, though. I can't kill this thing. Let's draw a card. Let's see what we got with our card draw before we make any decisions. Ooh, that is a very good card draw. So we're gonna... Oh, it's 4 mana! Oh, no! Oh, no! Oh, no. I wanted to play that. Okay, yeah, my Mana Wraith kind of screws me up a little bit, I guess. What we'll do here is this. I'm going to use the Mana Wraith and the Wolf to kill that Master off. And I'm just going to kill this Imp. I'm really just playing it super safe. So he's at 5 mana thanks to Lightning Bolt, which means he cannot play Fire Elementals. Couldn't play Fire Elementals anyway. But he does get through one of these guys, which is fine, because Blessing of Might is a pretty good card, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to do Blessing of Might on my Recruit. If you're wondering, by the way, why I'm always putting it on the Recruits, it's because if I had a Panda, if I had a Brewmaster, then I'd rather obviously put the Novice Engineer back in my head than a Recruit. As it happens, I don't have Pandas, but you should still develop good habits, even when it doesn't make a difference, so that the habits are already in place when you actually need them. Well, what we're all wondering here is, does he have Lightning Storm? Because that would clear my board with a 50-50 chance of killing the Grizzly as well. This Mana Wraith has been around for a long time. You can play Fire Elemental now. At this point, 6 damage, take him down to 9 health. I might actually just try to race if he Fire Elementals my Grizzly to death. He has a Fire Elemental. And he will kill my Grizzly. Now, I could throw 3 things at it, or I could just race him. I think we're going to go for the race, because he seems not to have a Lightning Storm. So let's draw a card, just to see what I get before I make any further commitments. Light's Justice. Ooh, now I could just throw 2 things at this. That is actually worth it. Well, I could hit him for 6, 7, he's down to 8 health. You know what, I'm just going to hit him in the face. I don't think he has Lightning Storm, and without Lightning Storm, it is so dang hard for him to deal with my stuff. Because this army of 1/1s is going to tickle him to death. He doesn't have the minions with which to kill everything. He can play a Taunter, but he hasn't played any of those yet. So he needs a Taunt or Lightning Storm. No Lightning Storm. He's going to kill my Mana Wraith, finally. Play Silver Hand Knight, which is immaterial. Does he have a Sunfree Protector to give these guys Taunt? That's what he needs to survive. Does he have a Sunfree Protector or a Lightning Storm? He actually does have Sunfree Protector, but I have Mind Control Tech, so 50-50 chance of stealing his Taunters. Let's do this. Oh, wait. Oh my god, I almost made the biggest mistake of my life. If I have Mind Control Tech right now, I actually don't get to keep the minion because I have my board to be full. So I have to do this first. Throw away the pig. Then we Mind Control Tech, so we have room on the board. 50-50 coin flip. Steal the Fire Elemental. Booyah. Let's, do this. Light's Justice. Swing. 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 Now, the Fire Elemental obviously was the best creature that I could have stolen. But as long as I stole one of the Taunters, I would have been fine. Even if I hadn't, I could have killed both Taunters. Could have killed them both. And I would have been fine there as well. I think with the card draw from the Gnomish Inventor, and I think I still was even going to get some damage through, plus I had the Fang Creeper, I would have been fine, I think. He concedes though, probably unhappy about how that game went, which is fine. I'm unhappy about some games went. You know, look guys, you play enough Hearthstone, you're going to have some unhappy games. You just got to suck it up and accept that that's the reality of life. Okay, good times. Our next worthy opponent is who? Druid. Man, still haven't seen a single mage today. It's fine by me though. Killer. Really? Is that your name? Killer? Why would you ever... Okay, whatever. I will keep Light's Justice, but not Blessing of Might. Now, Light's Justice could be a dead card. Thing is, I'm not necessarily going to want to coin out the Knife Juggler, because if he plays a 1-drop, I don't really want to play Knife Juggler in front of it. Especially in front of a Druid. Even something like an Argent Squire could kill my Knife Juggler. Okay, so as it is, unfortunately, I'm not going to play Light's Justice here. I think that would be very silly with these other 2 drops to play. So, Claw Wrath, Moonfire are his answers. Does he have it? He does not. Alright, so now what we do is we play the Arch Protector. Knife Juggler is very confused. I sometimes want him to hit the minion, sometimes I want him to hit my opponent in the face. Here, he does not handle this confusion very well. And hits the minion where it's totally wasted. Still though, it's a 3-2. Killed something with the Divine Shield. Good times. Harvest Golem. Ah, jeez. I really want to play Blessing of Kings. Ah, this is ideal. So the Wolf allows the Argent Protector to kill... God, no, Knife Juggler, why are you so bad? To kill the Golem, and then Light's Justice here, good thing I kept that card. Kills the damaged Golem. My opponent might be very frustrated now because I just have answers to everything he's doing. And I'll even be putting a Blessing of Kings down next turn, maybe, depends on what he does.
I must save
Keeper of the Grove will finally kill off my Knife Juggler, and yep, we'll be doing a Blessing of Kings. Oh, True Silver Champion. Well, unfortunately, I can't do that because I have Light's Justice, but since I did draw the True Silver Champion, let's start hitting him in the face so that I can get this thing out here as soon as possible. Got a 6/4 Wolf. It will die to Swipe and Starfall. Even Wrath if he shapeshifts into it. Silverhand Knight, not exactly the answer. Oh my god, I really want this True Silver Champion. Is it worth it? Is it worth it? Is it worth it to throw away my Light's Justice? Yeah, I think it's worth it. So we kill this. We kill the Squire. Attend me. His name is not Squire, by the way. His name is Squire Attend Me. It's all one word. Alright, let's see if he has a Claw. Or Wrath. He hasn't had them all game, so he really just might not. Okay, I think he's going to Wrath for a card. No, he's just playing a Shattered Sun Cleric. Not even doing anything wacky or anything. He's just buffing up his stuff enough. Alright, let's play Fen Creeper then. Kill the Geomancer because you don't want to let a Druid keep the spell damage. Plus, obviously, when you have a 3/3 and a 3/2, you kill the 3/3. And I will hit him in the face for 6. That's a lot of damage. Fen Creeper should hang on against the Shattered Sun Cleric. If this Wolf can hit him one more time, I'd say I've got a pretty decent chance of winning. Otherwise, I'm in trouble. I do need to get this Cobra down fast. Okay, this I don't mind. I don't mind this at all. I don't mind this at all. He gets a card. I don't care. I don't care about his cards. I care about board presence. And it looks like he actually can't, unless he plays a Claw right now to kill this Fen Creeper. He's actually getting hit for 10 damage. That's a lot of damage. Alright, Consecration. Is it worth it to kill the Cult Master? Yes, it is. We're going to Consecrate. Play Cobra. On the wrong side of the Wolf. That was terrible. Well, whatever. It's still 10 damage. We are still threatening lethal. If he plays an Ironbark Protector, Cobra's there, boom. And then the Cult Master was killed by Consecration, so he doesn't have an on-the-board answer to the Fen Creeper. Sanjin Shield Master will die to the Cobra. Cult Master number 2. Ah, that's a weird one. Generally, you don't want 2 Cult Masters. Now, it doesn't mean he's a bad player, or that he drafted badly. He might have just had bad picks. But generally, you do not want 2 Cult Masters. Yes, you can draw your card. I hope you enjoy it. Killar dies. Yes, I see that's Killar R, but that's stupid. It's Killar in my heart. Okay. That was an easy win to get up to 9. I had a run recently, I won't say which one to avoid spoilers, but I had a run recently where like I had super easy wins to get to 10, 11, and 12. Like I was playing people who were way lower brackets than me for some reason. Is what it felt like anyway. But yeah, 9 and 2. I think I lose more often than I win when I'm at 9 and 2. Actually, let me check that. Let me check my stats. Do I win or lose more often when I'm at 9 and 2? Let's take a look. Well, I've had 14 arenas go to 9, and I've had a total of 25 arenas go to 10, 11, or 12. So actually, I do, in fact, win more often than I lose when I'm at 9 wins. Oh, when I'm at 9 wins. I don't know specifically about 9 and 2, however. Okay, we are, in fact, second against Rogue, which is great. So none of this frickin' whatever, SI agent on turn 2 with the coin business. Makshim is the rogue's name. Let's see if she's got a turn 1 play to stop me from knife juggling. Nope. So I will... I'm going to play the Berserker. The Berserker will die to backstab, but she has to dagger up. The knife juggler dies to backstab, and she can still play more stuff. And the nice thing about the Berserker is she has to take 5 damage to kill it after backstabbing it. Does she have it? I think she has. She's playing like she has. Nope, she actually doesn't have it. Okay, never mind. Well, this tells us she doesn't have backstab. I'm pretty certain a rogue would have played backstab and killed this, even though it means taking 5 damage. We'll see now if she has Shiv, perhaps. Assuming she doesn't have backstab, a Shiv would kill the knife juggler with the help of the dagger. She just drew a card. What is it? It is a deadly poison. So she actually wasted a deadly poison by hitting me in the face. She just top decked it. I guess she deems the Berserker. Interesting choice. She kills the Berserker. Does she have a backstab? Ah, she's going to do that thing. Okay, fair enough. Alright. Well, we can get a very lucky knife flip. If the knife hits this bandit, I'm actually in pretty good shape. See if that happens. Oh my gosh, that was, I'm going to be honest, folks, that was incredibly lucky. 1 in 3. Okay, not incredibly, 1 in 3 odds, but that means my knife juggler gets to live. That is kind of game deciding luck. I mean, games can be decided by luck like that. Okay, so my knife juggler again is up to the test here. I could play this to have a trade against that. Or I could just play the True Silver Champion and just kill it normally. Man, this thing is really good again. Making a recruit seems awfully silly. I could fling this off, but if I hit the face, I'm in trouble. Mind control tech, same deal. You know, let's just keep it simple, keep it safe. I'm gonna be cheeky. I'm gonna pop off the Divine Shield with my weapon, and I'm gonna hit her in the face. I really think she doesn't have backstab, and I really think she's gonna use this guy to kill my Knife Juggler. If she buffs this with a Shattered Sun Cleric, then okay, we'll just say I should have followed my own advice about letting people keep minions, but I really feel like she's gonna have to run this in. And 3 extra damage matters against a rogue, because it stops them from daggering your minions. She's gonna Mad Bomber, very unlikely to kill my Knife Juggler. She does get 1 barrel on it, which means she can now dagger to finish it off, or perhaps Shiv or Fan of Knives. She does actually have the Shattered Sun Cleric. Now the good news is that with this oh, she didn't even kill my Knife Juggler. Wow. I think that was a mistake. I think she should have just killed the Knife Juggler. I'm kind of amazed she didn't, to be totally honest. Yeah, let's just clear her board. So we consecrate now to kill off 2 creatures. True Silver Champion for this guy. So I hit him twice with True Silver Champion. And hit her in the face with Knife Juggler. I really think she should have killed this Knife Juggler. I mean, then I'd still have True Silver Champion, and then he would have died to Consecration. But man, you don't want to let your opponent keep a Knife Juggler around, especially when you're a rogue and you're getting beaten down to death. Scarlet Crusader, man, she loves Divine Shield. With all these Divine Shields, you'd think she'd be more concerned about killing Knife Juggler. That's kind of funny. Alright, so we got a couple of different options here. I don't really want to play a minion because there's a 1 in 3 chance it'll ping this and give it a card. Of course, there's a chance it'll hit that and pop it off. What are you going to do? What I'm going to do is hedge my bets. We're going to play True Silver Champion to kill this. Oh, wait, I can actually hit her in the face? What is this, 8-11 damage? No, I'm not going to do anything crazy. We're going to kill that. Play a recruit for 50-50 chance of pinging off the Divine Shield to kill the Scarlet Crusader. And I get lucky again. We're going to hit her in the face. Every point of damage matters now. Now this, she's down to 7 health. And if I get Blessing of Kings or something, I could actually potentially burn her out. Still, I'm stunned that someone at 9 wins wouldn't have killed the Knife Juggler when they had the chance. This is why I think this might not be someone who's that good. Alright, she's going to dagger the way of the recruit. She's going to Deadly Poison. Why would you Deadly Poison here when the recruit dies without the Deadly Poison? Ah, because she wanted to do that. Okay, fair enough. She hits my face instead of the recruit. Oh my god, at 11 health, you kill the recruit. Woman, what is wrong with you? Alright, I'm going to play Fan Creeper. Make a recruit. I don't see any reason to go crazy here. This opponent's really bad. So let's not open ourselves up to anything. Let's just clear her board. Let's not try to go for any mind control tech gambits. We have really strong cards here. She's at 11 health. I should be totally fine here without doing anything crazy.
Go ahead.
Patient Assassin will kill the Fen Creeper off next turn. I don't have any way of killing it. I've used my 1 consecration. But Patient Assassin has no immediate effect on things, so I'm okay with that. She's actually going to hit the Fen Creeper. Is she eviscerating it? Yes, she is. Okay. Which is only fair. Only fair. But daggering down when you're that low on health, I think, is generally a mistake. So now what we do is we play the Fen... do we play the Fen Creeper? Yeah, let's play the Fen Creeper. Well, why not just... Yeah, let's do this. I'm going to Shattered Sun Cleric. Hit her in the face. Play Panther, play a Recruit. So basically I'm saying, like, what are you going to do? This Patient Assassin is terrible here. It doesn't have any good targets. And I'm still threatening lethal, so I think it's better than playing the Fen Creeper. Now, something like Spell Damage, Fan of Knives would be really good. It would clear my board, but the odds of that are small. And this opponent seems actually pretty bad. She made very, very bad decisions. Not only did she leave my minion alive, which I think was a mistake, but it was a Knife Juggler of all things. And she was racing against me when I was at full health, and she was really low on health and clearly going to win the race. I think that person was pretty bad. I really don't think they're at 9 wins. I don't know why the arena seems to give me people who are not actually that good when I'm at 9 wins. Maybe they are at 9 wins and they were just super lucky. I don't know, but either way, I'm happy to make it to 10 wins. That's the moral of the story. Paladin is a class with whom I've actually made it beyond 9 wins a fair number of times. 3 times. Well, 4 times now. 2 of them were 12, 1 was 11. Paladin is also the only class, currently, with whom I have a 12-0 run. Now, this run obviously will not be that, but I'm still pretty happy that I was at 3-2 and now I'm at 10 wins. And I got here pretty comfortably. That's 7 wins in a row. So yeah, I'm glad that my initial appraisal of the deck as being pretty good is at least borne out to some degree by my performance in this run. Doublet 83 is a mage who I'm facing while at 10 wins. That is automatically a little bit intimidating. So we mulligan this because you can't give mages extra mana, we mulligan this because it's late, and we mulligan that. If I had an earlier drop, I would actually keep the True Silver Champion, but here I need to get some early drops. And we actually get a really awful opening hand. I can make a Recruit on turn 2, which can then potentially die to Fire Blast on turn 3. And on her turn 2, I guess. And yeah, it's just bad. I mean, if she plays a Mana Worm here, I'd just be screwed like the dickens. This is probably the slowest start I've had this entire arena. So does she have anything better to do than Fire Blast my Recruit? Honestly, I'd like to see this Recruit die, because if she's playing a minion, that means I'm in worse shape. Yeah, I'm in worse shape right off the bat. Okay, we'll play the Razorfen Hunter. And swing at her face. Now the reason I'm playing the Hunter is, if I played the Bear, she would just use the Fairy Dragon to kill the Bear. Here, she might be tempted to use the Fairy Dragon to kill the 1/1. It would also then be able to kill the 2/3, but then I play the True Silver Champion, kill the Fairy Dragon, and I get to keep my 2/3. That's why I preferred this over the Bear. Questing Adventurer will almost certainly die to True Silver Champion next turn. Unless really crazy things happen. Does she have a Mirror Image? Oh god. No, she has Elven Archer. Oh, thank goodness. Okay, so that'll die the True Silver Champion. Unfortunately, that means that she will get to use the Fairy Dragon to kill a Recruit. Now this person, see how it's little things like that tell me if they're actually a good player. So this person's hoping I didn't have True Silver Champion. I did. I think she was correct to go for that hope, but still. And my Razorfen Hunter play actually worked out. If it had been a Bear, the Bear would be dead. And I wouldn't be taking this Elven Archer off the table. This is a 2/2. Still will survive to kill the Fairy Dragon if need be. We've got a couple of 6 drops coming up, which is nice. Fudge sickles on a dong doublet with cheese. Water Elemental. Alright, we're going to play the Grizzly for Shizzly. And a Mana Wraith to slow her down. Now you might say, Boris, hang on a minute. Why are you playing Mana Wraith? Doesn't that stop you from playing your 6 drops with turn 6 coming up? That's true, it does. But I'm going to gamble that it hurts her more than it hurts me. Frostbolt, she's actually going to kill the Bear. And she's going to kill the Mana Wraith, or is she going to stop me from attacking? She's going to play Secret. Okay, and she's going to attack me. She's going to freeze me. Oh my god. This is just the worst. Alright, Blessing of Might isn't even enough. Alright, I'm going to do this. I'm going to actually play a Knife Juggler to check for Mirror Entity. Then I can throw the Mana Wraith away against it. Okay, didn't happen. We're going to make a Recruit. Hopefully the Knife Fling hits this Water Elemental. Please. No. Alright, we're going to do this. We're going to do this. Oh, it's Jesus. It's a Spellbender. Okay, that was pretty good. Well played.
Thank you.
Did not see a Spellbender coming. Well, at least it's better that than Blessing of Kings, but I am going to lose this game, ladies and gentlemen, because of freaking overpowered Water Elemental and my own Mana Wraith. I mean, if I hadn't played Mana Wraith, I could have played Frost Elemental. I could have even thrown the Mana Wraith away and Frost Elemental anyway. That might have been smarter than what I did. So yeah, I probably just misplayed this game. It's okay. It happens. At least we made it this far before screwing up like we do. Freaking Water Elemental. Oh, I hate that card. Oh man, I'm getting hit for so much damage. Alright, well, let's freeze the Water Elemental. Oh, this is just bad. I'm down below 10 health this turn, so I'm already like in Fireball or in Frostbolt range. She sheeps me. Gets me down below 10. Tells off the sheep, being very cautious. And we concede. Well, let's draw a card and then concede. Yeah. That's a well played. This was a strong opponent. I messed up a little bit. And when you play against strong players, you can't really afford to mess up at all. So that is that. 10 wins though, pretty good. If you enjoyed that video, please like it. Please subscribe to my channel as well if you'd like to support me. I'd appreciate that tremendously. If you want to keep watching just to see what prizes I get, stay tuned. We made it to 10 wins, so there will be no normal commons. Only good prizes, like golden rares. Alright, 265 gold is something I'm pretty happy with. 265 gold and 100 dust is great. I opened a legendary on Saturday, so it's not time yet to whine about not getting legendaries. Not that I'd mind getting another one. Looks like it's not going to happen in this pack. Ooh, an epic. Lay on Hands, golden Lay on Hands. I believe I have 2 Lay on Handses already, but that is 400 dust, which is better than the 5 dust that a common in that spot would have been. I love the feature where it tells your friends how you did. It's pretty cool. Alright, so we disenchant, get our 35 dust here. I'll find the Lay on Hands. I do have 2 regular ones. Okay, so we'll disenchant, get 400 dust. That's a lot of dust. And let's go back. I think there's something else out here, isn't there? Oh, yes, yes, there's the golden Gadgetson Auctioneer. So you don't need that. Boop. Okay. And let's take a sneak peek at our next run, which you'll see tomorrow. This is Mage, Warlock, or Warrior. I think I'm actually probably going to play Mage because I still don't feel like playing Warlock, and I have a lot of Warrior runs. So Mage is what it's probably going to be. Mage is kind of my laggardly class. It's the class that I have played the fewest times with, one away from Rogue and Hunter, which are the next ones afterwards. So that's what it'll be. Thanks again for watching, folks. Please remember to like and or subscribe, and I'll see you again soon. Take it care.